Okay, we are starting a new story called Maggie and Millie. This is day 1. Let's start by looking at our words. We just went through and we put a plus if we knew them and a question mark if we didn't. We're going to do our team cooperation goal is active listening. Think about what that looks like and what that sounds like. Remember, active listening is an important skill to be part of a team. When you're listening, you're looking at a speaker, you're sitting still, and you contribute to discussions. Okay, in reading, we're working on clarifying, and when writing, we're going to write a descriptive paragraph. We're going to read Maggie and Millie. I think that's what I have right here. Here's the cover of it. As we read, we're going to stop when we come to words that we cannot pronounce or do not understand. We're going to try to figure these words out. Good readers make sure they figure out difficult words. They clarify the words to understand what the story is about. And this story is literature. Let's see. Let's look at our words here. Okay, so this time you're going to go ahead and fill in that column 1. And you're going to put a plus if you know it and question mark if you don't. So shelter is a place that keeps lost pets and often gives them away. It's like Julio called a shelter to see if they had his missing dog. Then we had exclaimed means shouted. Ouch, I exclaimed as I hit my thumb with a hammer. Next we have suppose. Suppose means think or figure. I suppose I'll go to bed now, but I'm not really tired. Then we have wagging. Wagging means moving from side to side. The happy dog's tail was wagging quickly. Then we have stern. Stern means serious or firm. Mrs. Robinson was fair but a stern teacher. Rewarded means gave a prize for good work or good behavior. Ming's dad rewarded her with candy because she kept her room clean. Then we have the word disappear. Disappear means to vanish or go away. The magician made the rabbit disappear into the air. Then we have traffic. Traffic means like many cars together on a road. Monty's dad was late coming home because there was a lot of traffic. Okay, so let's look here at our passage. It says, Peter went to the library. He needed to find books about snacks for his science project. Why would Peter need books about snacks for science? That doesn't make any sense. Let me reread the sentence and sound out snacks again. Peter went to the library. He needed to find books about snacks for his science project. Oh, I see. It's books about snakes, not snacks. Now that sentence makes way more sense. All right, let's look at this one. Sonia was in a hurry. She threw her toys into a box. The next day, her toys were, let's keep reading. Together, she couldn't find the toy she wanted. I'm not sure I know what this word means. Jumbled. Let's think about it. It says that she threw her toys in a box. The next day, her toys were jumbled together. So I think jumbled probably means that they were mixed in together. So, and she threw them in a box. So she probably just mixed them up. All right, so for our listening comprehension, I am going to read to you on this page. All right, it says, Maggie lived on Oak Street. Her family had a nice pink house. There was a tire swing in the front yard. Maggie loved that tire swing. Maggie had fun on that swing. She would swing all day. One day the swing broke. Maggie didn't know what to do. The next day, after Maggie's mother came home from work, she said, I have a surprise for you. Come out to the driveway. Maggie and her mother went out to the driveway. Maggie saw the surprise. Tied to a tree was a big striped tiger. The tiger wagged her tail. The tiger stood up. She purred happily when she saw Maggie. Where did this tiger come from, Mom? Maggie asked. All right, so let's look at our questions here. So here's the questions. Where does Maggie's mother find the tiger? And why does she bring the tiger home? And then what does the tiger do after Maggie says the name Lucy? She stops purring, she wags her tail, she licks her paw, or she growls happily. How does Maggie figure out how to name the tiger? And then how can you tell that Millie likes her new name? Support your answer. Okay, so remember you are going to read, you're going to be reading pages 6 and 7. But first, let's look at this. It says, Clarice was proud of the garden she planted in the spring. The vegetables in it were plentiful. She had rows of green leafy spinach next to the squash, which were growing big and yellow. She could see the tops of the carrots that were ready to be picked. She couldn't wait to share her vegetables with her friends. So if you get stuck on a word, for example, if I got stuck on maybe this first word here, then I could always just write myself a little note on a piece of paper to look at it and then reread the sentence. Like if I didn't know what this was, Clarice was very of the garden she planted in the spring. And it talks about plentiful vegetables. So sometimes you have to like chunk up your words. So like you could go well, I know and then I know OU together. Sometimes it's ow and then d. So I could continue on. And like if I got stuck on another word, let's say I didn't know this one, I could try chunking it out like oh, well, that's a consonant blend. And then to full, well, I know TIFUL is kind of like beautiful. So maybe it's plentiful. So you just work through each one. So as you clarify words that you don't understand, you can always ask for help and reread and look at the words around it and break it apart to try to figure out what its meaning is. So you're reading pages 6 and 7, and then you're gonna answer these questions. Let's look at strategies. Actually, I'm gonna have to record that in a separate video, so hold on.